My technique is a combination of things. It's definitely mixed with kind of the aggressive marching band wrist approach, and then fingers. I try to practice relaxed, and I try to play relaxed, because sometimes, you know, you can practice and you sit there and you're real, you know, just relaxed, and your approach is really easy, I guess, and then you get in a playing situation and you forget all those things that are important. You lose the finesse because it's over aggressive. So I think my technique is, I don't know, how do you describe that?
But what I was going to say is, like, you can say technique all day, but every drummer that I know usually that plays a certain way tries to develop whatever makes them, like, whatever they can do, however makes them play easier, you know what I'm saying, makes them feel most comfortable playing, and that comes from over years of developing your own thing, something that you can't even really explain or describe. Like, some people say, like, describe your foot technique and how, you know, you do this and do that, but when I think about it, like, every day when I learn and I tried to do maybe singles on one pedal, and I tried to do a certain technique and do that, and try to do what somebody else taught me, like, it didn't pan out. So what I would try to do is do whatever made me feel good and what was easier for me, and that was just coming from just playing, you know what I'm saying, adjusting to whatever equipment you use, because you can't use the same, sometimes you can't use the same technique on a jazz bass drum than with a 22-inch kick that has the head that's, you know, not as tight, you know what I'm saying? So it all just comes from this personal preference and you building and learning with yourself what your body can do. You know?
I think I would say not even technique, like, what's your approach?
Right,
Because I think it varies based on what you're doing. Like, and I think our approaches are a combination of all of our influences, and then what we've worked out on our own, you know?
Right.
So if I'm influenced by Ed and I'm playing brushes, then that technique is not going to be the same as when I'm playing, like, metal or rock or something. So I think it's really more like, what's your approach? And that for us, because we have had such diverse backgrounds, it adjusts according to the playing situation.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's the best way you can answer that question. That was great.
Thanks.
Match versus traditional. I mean, for the most part, when I play, for instance, jazz, I would use traditional. Just the whole feel of just the music in general just switches everything about me for some reason, just the vibe, and it allows me to use different dynamics that I really can't grasp with match per se. And then match is just straight up, just want to get it in. You know what I'm saying? Funk, R&B, rock, whatever. You know, but jazz, I mean, traditional just comes with just it's a personal preference, however you want to play it. It's, I don't know, it comes with dynamics and stuff for me, though.
Traditional for me, same thing, jazz or blues, like just shuffle, more rudimental stuff, just from coming from a marching band background. It's definitely sitting and working out rudimental stuff. So
absolutely,
that you kind of have that sensitivity with jazz, whereas if you playing funk or gospel, you just kind of digging in. And there's still licks that you're doing, but I guess it's just a different approach, you know?
Yeah.
I just play differently when I'm playing traditional, and I think a little more, in terms of independence.
Right, absolutely. You know? Marching band did help me as well, too, so that played a big role. I don't know, like, sometimes when I watch these different drummers, like, I really don't watch them for their technique or anything per se. I watch them just because I like to see how their approach to music is in general. What, you know, how would they think when this part comes up, or the fills that they put here, and just to watch them in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can learn from anyone. You know, someone that doesn't even have crazy chops or amazing gift or anything. They just know the basics, and you can learn a lot.